Hey Capricorn, how's it going? So I have this feeling of you slipping through prison bars or breaking out of a cage and breaking free of something very gracefully as well. It's not like a jailbreak or a big dramatic thing. It's like it's hard to explain. It's like just walking through the prison bars almost like a ghost or something, or transforming into a small animal that can just get through them and out. It's like this magic, like a magical escape of some situation, like because developing you've been developing the ability to move on from this situation that you may have been stuck in, and it's like this, almost like providence, like this purifying, awakening aspect of yourself that is just going to open up a door for you that you can just easily step through. And it's because of a lot of effort on your part, something that you've been working on really, really hard. And I think you've been working on it alone. I think not many people have known that you've been developing this, and you've been developing it slowly over time. And you knew that, anything worth doing has to be done in the correct order, step by step, in the correct sequence. And you've put that to good use. You've put that idea to work, and you've developed some capability within yourself. It could be literally anything, some type of skill or talent, some type of awareness, self-awareness, awareness of something else. I just got scientific awareness. I don't really know what that could apply to, but maybe that's for someone. Or just knowledge of something, an ability to do something. And you've been met halfway because you've put so much diligence and effort into this. The spiritual world was like, okay, you've done a lot, so we're going to help you the rest of the way. And that's where this sort of magic comes in, this sort of baptismal purification or awakening comes in, where your effort is recognized. And this may even translate or appear as like praise from other people. They will recognize all the effort you've put in and what you've accomplished, and they'll notice that, like, wow, like, look at Capricorn, like this is something. This is not something that a lot of people do. This is something special. This was something that took effort and diligence, and you did it. And we have here an image of a swan flying high in the sky with this hexagram developing gradually with a changing line there, that sixth top line changing to hardship, which is like, in this case, I know it says changing to hardship. These changing lines can be a little confusing. What this means is the ending of hardship, actually. In this case, with the sixth changing line is a thing reaching its maximum point, and then a new chapter beginning. So it's that hardship that reached its maximum point, which then that point breaks and a new cycle starts, a new chapter opens for you. And we have another image of being unhindered, like the clouds, being able to just float back and forth and coming and going with the seasons, appropriate with the seasons. And it's that natural freedom. You sort of emulate the clouds in a way, this free-flowing naturalness, and your actions are appropriate and timely and well measured and well considered, and you have this sort of, it appears like an effortless skill, like skillful means to do something, and it's noticed by those around you. And here it is coming from growth and is also leading to more growth. So a lot of this effort that you've put in has grown you. You have developed within yourself, and now it's a time where you should be keeping a lookout for new ideas, new contacts, maybe like in your industry or whatever, new inspiration, and with like that free-flowing awareness, you know, of a swan flying high in the sky. It's like looking around, like, what else is there? What else can inspire me? What else can help me grow? What else can help me do, you know, act? And swans represent symbolically a hermit, a wise sage. And swan feathers, the ones that naturally drop off of a swan, are considered holy and sacred artifacts, essentially. And the feathers that fall from a swan are symbolic of the words and deeds that come from a hermit or a sage. They are wise, sagacious, useful, poignant, and pithy a lot of the time. And you're in that energy where you are silent a lot of the time, but when you speak, it carries a lot of weight and meaning. So use that. Be careful with your words, be deliberate with them, but also be free-flowing with them. So it's like a kind of like a combination of carefulness and free-flowingness. It just means don't be casual with your speech at this time. Allow the things to come from you that feel like meaningful and free-flowing, light and effortless to say, but deep. I think you'll find this eloquence now. I think that's probably part of the skills you've been developing are an eloquence to convey wisdom. And this wisdom is very helpful to the people who hear it. Your words are helpful. You have like a good bedside manner in a way. When you're dealing with people who might have their issues and they're talking to you about their issues in their life, the words you say really land, they really hit home, and people will appreciate your bedside manner at this time. All right, I'm gonna pull some cards for you here, and we're gonna develop this further. So, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I also have this sense that like, you feel like you may have had like a weight, like an ankle weight around your legs that's just been slowing you down, and that weight is being lifted. It's something that's not going to be here for very long, and it's because of the efforts you put in, plus some divine providence, if you will. It's a good combination of the two things that are occurring for you. But what's this helpful energy? I pulled the nurse symbol for you earlier, which is like a nice, helpful, knowledgeable energy. I want to clarify what this means for you. Yeah, so here we have someone who could literally be a nurse. We got the Eight of Pentacles here, which is like, you know, your daily life, your work, the things that you put your work into. So here, you've been learning, you know, maybe you have like a lot of certifications, or you're working on new certifications, and you are constantly learning in your field and constantly improving your capabilities within your field. And this is being noticed, it's being recognized. There are certain fields that, you know, get updated a lot. New technologies come out, new techniques come out, something like that. And you have the diligence to keep up with all of it, to learn it, and then to like gain a certification or a merit of some kind in it. And you add this knowledge to yourself, and you not only improve your own professional life, but through your work, you improve the lives of others. And it's, you might not see it. You know, a lot of the time, this type of progress and learning takes a very, very long time, and it's very slow for an individual doing it. And because it's such a slow pace, we might not notice how much progress we've made, but someone who maybe saw you, let's say 5 years ago, hadn't seen you or spoken to you in a while and then sees you now, that person will notice a huge difference, you know, because they have that memory of you 5 years ago, a huge gap of time, and then seeing you now, and they can measure your progress, and they're like, wow, it's like you're a new person. So try to take a step back from yourself, take a moment, look at yourself, and appreciate all the progress that you've made. I think you'll notice, like, yeah, you are very capable. I think you're more capable than you believe you are, or more capable than you've noticed that you are. And if you just take a moment to examine yourself and really objectively think about how far you've come, and think about all the learning you've done, all the good you've done, all the accomplishments, all the inner work you've done, all the outer work, and take a moment to really appreciate that, you'll find a good bit of inspiration there. Something to keep you going, something to keep you growing, something to help you take those next steps, something that could be part of this, that weight that you felt is maybe feeling like, because you didn't notice how much progress you've made, you might have thought you haven't been making any. You might think that you haven't developed at all. And when you look at yourself and you realize that you have developed quite a lot, in fact, perhaps in all these different ways that are relatively unnoticeable, or just a little thing here, a little thing there, but then you realize it's a million little things which adds up to one enormous change, transformation. And you'll realize that weight, you don't need to carry that weight. You don't need to think that way or feel that way about yourself. You'll realize, like, yeah, doing fine, doing fine. And you'll get a burst of enthusiasm and inspiration for what comes next. So let's clarify what this sort of baptismal, cathartic energy is, and how you can understand it a little bit better and really, like, take advantage of it, figure out its source, look at its source, look at it straight in the eye and be like, what helped give you this, like, you know, why are you watching this video kind of a thing? Why are you reflecting on this? Like, what happened here? What's making you realize that you need some new enthusiasm and growth, that, like, your growth doesn't stop with the growth you've made? Like, what, you know, why did this transformation happen to you? Because you might be questioning it, like, am I delusional? Do I really deserve this good thing to be happening? Did I really earn this? I'm like, yeah, you did. Through prudence and diligence and hard work. The Knight of Swords. This, I get the feeling, it's like, I got the immediate vibe of, a supernatural assistant, right? Guardian angel type vibe, fairy type vibe, like, you know, a creature from the Fae. That's like, yeah, like, you're good to go. Like, I got you. Like, stop dwelling. Like, we're moving full speed ahead here. This kind of, like, hooray, like this really serious warrior knightly type energy, but, like, comical. Like, imagine, like, you know that, I don't know if you've seen Harry Potter, but those sort of ghost knights on horses that, like, crash through the window and run around the feasting hall in that one scene, or like some Monty Python type knight. It's like that Gwyn ap Nudd, that the ghostly hunt, right, from Celtic and Irish folklore. The spirits that ride at night, that have a sort of, they're very serious and they gather human souls, right? But they're also very playful and trickster-like, and they're like very vigorous and youthful and ready to go and ready to, they like to help the people who deserve help and harm the people who deserve harm. Not that I know who deserves harm and help, but that's just part of the folklore, right? And you've got like this energy around you that's like that. It's that like puppy dog, like, where are we going? We ready to go? Like, running around your feet kind of a vibe. Like, there is some sort of spiritual support that is so enthusiastic about you, just like wants to assist you, wants to see what you do, wants to help you out, wants to make your life more joyful. There's some sort of like non-human entity, or perhaps a previously human entity, or some type of energy around you that's super enthusiastic about you. Maybe you can see this or meet this entity in ritual or in a special moment, if that's the sort of thing you're into. You know, you don't have to do weird things when the sun goes down, like the rest of us. So I'm going to pull a token for you, Capricorn, and pull this whole reading together. Just one last thing to think about. What's Capricorn need to know? These two want to come out. So we have the astrological symbol for Virgo, and the number 6, and the elemental symbol for water, and the Sanskrit syllable Na, right? Yeah, Na. So we have a very emotionally pure energy here. So yeah, the baptism, right? We have Virgo and water. That is very purifying here. It is pure and purifying. It's like clear, illuminated water pouring over you and into you and through you. It's like this just cleansing of your astral body that has occurred. This renewal that's coming through here. This renewal, I get like, well, that was a lot of ideas. I got to figure out how to formulate into a sentence. It's like purifying the way you work. It's like giving you focus rooted in like really good inspiration. Like, oh, this is so difficult to explain. Imagine working normally at like a job or in your professional life or whatever, or in your creative pursuits or something like that. And then you see like the essence of what the work is, like really what the work means on a deeper level. Not just the superficial aspects of the day-to-day and what you do physically and externally, but you see like the symbolic meaning of what it is that you're doing. In every little thing that you do, in the profession itself, in the way it affects society, the way it affects others, the way people look at you as that person, the way you look at yourself as that person, the way you look at others from the perspective of that profession or work that you're doing. You clarify its like primordial archetypal meaning and cleanse it of all the dross and cultural baggage, historical baggage, what have you. And you see this like pure archetype of this job, this profession, this activity that you do, and it's almost like a deity. It's like a thought form, an egregore, a spirit form type thing. And it's like really inspiring when you see that. You can learn so much from seeing it in that light, in that way. Just seeing the archetypal form of this thing you do, it's like it then allows activity to really rush through you, like knowledge and wisdom wells up within you and pours out of you in the form of really considered and effective and skillful activity. And it's like super pure, powerful activity rooted in like really deep archetypal energy. And it's like purifying your workday and giving it like new life and new purpose and totally refresh and like next level. It's like you become like 10 times better at what you're doing. Not that you're not good at it. I just mean because you're good at it, you become even better at it. You know what I mean? You're on your way to like mastering this, whatever this is that you do. And you have like some sort of fey entity or angelic entity or some ancestral spirit or something who's like super into it. All right, Capricorn, I think that's what I've got for you today. That's what the Oracle wants me to share with you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it when you do. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.